In 2018, Donald Trump, who was at that time president of the United States, was so upset about my jokes. The report says at least 2 calls were made from the Trump White House to, quote, convey the president's anger regarding Kimmel's monologues and jabs. In other words, President Karen demanded to speak to my manager. He directed his staffers at the White House to call Disney to tell them to rein me in.
Ever wonder how Trump's hair manages to defy gravity? Spoiler, it's not hairspray, it's pure humiliation. Jimmy Kimmel just unleashed a comedy nuke, dropping marriage gossip that left Trump redder than his favorite tie. We're talking bed farts, freight train snoring, the works. Kimmel's jokes were so savage, Trump's probably drafting a lawsuit against his own anatomy. And just when you think it couldn't get more cringe, the Orange Wonder tried to tweet his way out of it, because when in doubt, rage tweet. Before we dive further into this beautiful train wreck, do us a quick favor, smash that like button and hit subscribe. Seriously, over 92% of you are watching without subscribing. It's free, painless, and keeps us bringing the heat. Done? Great. Back to the roast. Kimmel didn't just tease, he went scorched earth. Last night's monologue felt more like a full-blown roast. It's as if Kimmel woke up thinking, let's ruin Trump's night again. Mission accomplished, because judging by the meltdown that followed, Kimmel hit a nerve so deep even Truth Social can't spin it.
He's a blowhard and a snowflake. He's a blowflake is what he is. He should change the hats to say, make America whine again, Mawa. We have a First Amendment right that Americans a hell of a lot braver than Donald Trump died for, and it's especially hypocritical. But if I point out that he's so fat they renamed the plane Air Force Wonder Bread, I'm the bad guy. Donald and Melania sleep in separate bedrooms. She was laughing too hard at my monologue at night.
Kimmel's been roasting Trump for so long, it's basically a public service. Right up there with warning labels and seat belts. And just like Trump's greatest hits, fast food marathons, 3 a.m. nonsense tweets, and ego-driven tantrums, Kimmel has his own specialty, dragging him with surgical precision. But this time, the late-night sharpshooter didn't just crack jokes. He poured gasoline on Trump's already flammable ego and struck a match. This round came with actual marriage gossip. And the second Kimmel hinted at it, the studio audience tensed up like they were about to witness a slow-motion car crash. He opened with the classics. Trump's hair. You know the questions. Does it breathe? Can it vote? Is it secretly running a parody account online? The usual warm-up. Then, boom, the first real hit landed. According to Kimmel, Trump's snoring isn't just bad. It's the stuff of legend. He painted it as a freight train mating with a chainsaw, and somehow their unholy offspring picked up the bagpipes. Now picture poor Melania trapped in that nightly horror symphony, probably wondering if peace and quiet is just another liberal hoax.
Santa Claus got up bright and early to post 165 venomous words about yours truly. Today he had a day off, and how did he spend that? Brunch with Melania? No. Maybe a catch with Barron in the yard? No. Who still hasn't recovered from his horrendous performance and big ratings drop as host of the Academy Awards. Oh, that's weird, because I read in the news that the ratings went up this year.
The audience devoured every word like it was the last greasy slice at a frat party. Messy, absurd, and way too satisfying. And somewhere deep in Mar-a-Lago, you just know Trump was grinding his teeth hard enough to chip a golf ball. Did Kimmel ease up? Not a chance. He went in harder, dropping a so-called scoop that wink wink. Melania sleeps with noise-canceling headphones. That's not marriage. That's battlefield survival. And honestly, who could blame her? Living with Trump sounds like trying to nap next to a jet engine with a Twitter addiction. Just as the laughter started to settle, Kimmel flashed that look. You know the one. That mischievous glint that says, buckle up. The same look your cat gives you before swatting your coffee mug off the counter. Deliberate, defiant, and destined for chaos. Let's be real. Trump takes jokes the same way he takes facts, with rage and a lawsuit. This is the man who once tried to sue Bill Maher over a joke comparing him to an orangutan. His skin, thinner than the wispy cloud of hair, he insists is a full head. So you can bet every last MAGA hat in Florida that as Kimmel dropped those marital bombshells, Trump wasn't just mad. He was cycling through shades of orange Crayola never even bothered to name.
I made fun of OJ 1,000 times. He hasn't tried to kill me once. The only two who've tried to stop me are Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who actually called the cops on me. All he does is make fun of. He makes fun of disabled journalists. He calls our veterans prisoners of war, even losers. He insults his opponents, his friends.
While Kimmel's out here landing comedic haymakers, you can practically picture Trump's thumbs in overdrive, furiously pounding his phone at Mar-a-Lago. You can almost hear the panic tapping echo through the gold-plated halls. Subtlety, yeah, that's never been Trump's thing. When he's mad, he doesn't bother with nuance. He goes straight for all caps rage. And as Kimmel's jabs get sharper and more personal, Trump's Twitter feed morphs into a live stream tantrum. It's like watching a tennis match, except instead of a ball, it's just ego and insults ricocheting back and forth. First serve, Trump calls Kimmel unfunny and a loser. Wow, Donnie, Shakespearean levels of creativity there. But it gets juicier. As Kimmel keeps dropping awkward marital revelations, Trump spirals further, screaming fake news and witch hunt like he's at a surprise party for paranoia, minus the cake. Then comes the big threat. Trump puffs up and declares he's going to expose Kimmel's secrets. Oh no, what's next? A breaking revelation that Jimmy Kimmel rescues puppies and recycles. Please. If Trump's aiming to intimidate anyone, he's going to have to do better than threatening a late-night host with better hair and better punchlines.
Kamala supports states being able to take minor children and perform sex change operation, take them away from their parents, perform sex change operation, and send them back home.
Not Jimmy anymore, it's Tamara, but I will.
Jimmy, I love you so much. Go have a good day in school.
I'm going to be using that clip a lot. Trump's also been floating a new policy idea, finally. He says he wants to modify the 25th Amendment so you can remove the vice president if the vice president covers up the fact that the president is incapacitated.
Here's where it gets downright chef's kiss delicious. Kimmel casually lobs a grenade straight into Trump's fragile ego, claiming the ex-president is secretly terrified of stairs. And right on cue, Trump launches into a Twitter storm bragging about his perfect health and tremendous stair climbing skills. It's like watching a toddler insist he's not afraid of the dark, except in this case, the dark is a flight of stairs and the toddler is a spray-tanned man in his 70s. Picture it, Trump wheezing his way up a staircase, tweeting furiously with one hand while clinging to the railing like it's the only thing holding together his last shred of dignity. Some folks say Trump's just a loudmouth with bad hair. Others think he's some political mastermind playing 4D chess. Plot twist, they're both wrong. He's clearly a malfunctioning animatronic powered by a squirrel in a tiny blue suit. Don't believe me? Try saying nuts near him and watch the glitching begin. Meanwhile, as Trump spirals into keyboard rage, Kimmel's probably kicked back with a bucket of popcorn, grinning like a villain who knows exactly which button to press. At this point, Kimmel doesn't even need fresh material, he just pokes, and Trump dances like a wind-up sideshow act on autopilot.
Rolling Stone published a story today. The topic was what could happen if Trump wins. Trump briefly attempted to get justice officials to twist campaign finance laws and the federal equal time rule to declare that anti-Trump material broadcast by Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and others was somehow illegal for giving illegal campaign contributions to the Democratic Party in the form of jokes and on-air satire. During his 2024 campaign, which is now, according to a source with direct knowledge, Trump's raised the topic again, venting about the need to punish late-night comedians. He wants to lock up the late-night host. And what happened to this, by the way?
Jimmy, I love you so much.
With every unhinged tweet, Trump isn't just reacting, he's basically confirming every punchline Kimmel delivered. It's like he's working overtime to prove the late-night sniper right, one meltdown at a time. But you've got to wonder, could he really be this thin-skinned? Or is there some secret galaxy brain strategy at work? Surely no grown man could be this fragile. Right? Then again, this is the same guy who once picked a fight with a bald eagle during a photo shoot, so yeah. Donnie Diapers might be less of a joke and more of a documentary. Kimmel's marriage roast didn't just hit a nerve, it lit up Trump's entire nervous system. The Orange Wonder's got full-blown Twitter fingers now, firing off caps lock tantrums like a kid denied dessert. Who knew a handful of jokes could unravel a former president faster than his hairpiece in a hurricane? It's David versus Goliath, except this time, David's got a microphone and flawless comedic timing, and Goliath's armed with a fragile ego dipped in bronzer. In the end, this whole absurd circus proves one thing: laughter might not fix the mess we're in, but it sure makes it easier to survive. So when politics starts to crush your soul, remember, if you can't beat the madness, at least roast it. And as for Trump, if he keeps tweeting like this, he's giving Kimmel enough material to fuel the next decade. Keep dancing, Donnie.